the WebDriver. Basically, if you look at these steps, right, this for IDE. Did you guys download Chrome driver.exe file? I said you guys to download, right? I asked you to download Chrome driver.exe. Did you download? Now installation of WebDriver. This is not needed now because there are two ways of installing the WebDriver. One is using Maven. One is using the Maven. Another one is the traditional way, which I'm showing you guys here. So first you have to install the JDK. You already have JDK, so you don't have to worry. Now you have to go to this particular link, and then you have to go to this particular link, and then then follow these steps. Now what I have to do, first I have to download these things, right? You don't need to follow this because I said it's traditional way of doing, so it is not needed now. It is already outdated. I would say we can go for using the Maven. So you guys can go ahead and use the Maven. We will discuss what is Maven and why we need to use it. See, these are the lengthy steps that you guys have to follow. Now, example, I already downloaded some software, right? Okay, C colon softwares D colon. Yeah, I already downloaded some softwares related to Selenium. Yeah. So what you guys have to do, you guys have to download all these jar files. You have to map all these jar files to your Eclipse. So first thing is you download all these jar files. I'm explaining you the normal approach, traditional way. First thing you need to download all these jar files. Once you guys download all these jar files, then you have to configure them in your Eclipse. So how do you configure? That is also given in the document. So I said you don't need to follow the document. It's better approach is directly go with the Maven project, not with the normal project. So if you wanted to go it in traditional way, what you guys have to do, let Eclipse. Okay, so once you create a project, right? So just right click on your project. Then I'm showing you the traditional way. You don't have to worry about it. Build a path. Then you have to go for configure, build a path. Then click on libraries. Then go click on add external jars. Once you add external jars, all these jar files have to map. All these jar files have to map. This is a lengthy process. You don't have to follow. If you're getting it, it's okay. It's not a subject to understand anything. Just to download and map it. You don't worry. You don't need to go for doing that. So Eclipse is a tool which allows you to create a Maven project also. Eclipse. So what project we created so far? We created Java project. Click on new. So what we did, we clicked, so far what we did, we created a Java project. Now you don't need to create a Java project. Just click on new project, select project. In the bottom, you guys can see one project called Maven. You guys can see Maven project. Select this, click on Maven project, then click on next. I'm directly showing you the latest way. This is what we do in our project. Every project will have the same concept. Don't worry, you don't need to create a project. Once you get a job, once you put into a project is already created for you. Freshers, we never ever entertain them to creation of the projects and all. Don't worry, you don't create any project itself. Once you get a job, you don't create it. But now why I am asking you to create? Because you have to do practice. If you don't create a Maven project, you cannot write the programs using the Eclipse. Okay. So for this, I already given detailed document. I already given detailed document for Maven. Yeah. I'll put these documents in the Google Class. Okay. So here I have given detailed steps. We will discuss how basically Maven works and all. We will discuss. Steps to create Maven project. Just follow these steps. Now in Eclipse IDE, create new project by selecting file new. That's what I did. After that, I'm saying on the new dialog, select Maven project. That's what I did. I selected Maven. Under that Maven, I'm selecting Maven project. Then click on next. Once you click on next, this dialog will, this box will appear. Okay. Once this dialog appears, right? So you just have to select Maven archetype quick test. Don't worry, for you, it may be 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, whichever version, it doesn't matter. Whichever version it is, it doesn't matter. Make sure you select this quick start. Okay. So whenever I wanted to select a quick start, now if I show you here, I clicked on Maven project, clicked on next. In the bottom, just again click on next. Now see in the bottom, you see here, in the bottom green color was appearing. Let me show it again. So observe in the bottom, small line will be going green color. When it reaches complete, then only you will get. I'll show it again. Closely monitor here in the bottom. Okay. Click on project, then click on Maven, click on next, then click on next. You can see here, the bottom. In the green color, it is showing, right? Wait until that green is completed. If you try to do something without that, it will not work. You have to make sure that green color is completed. Okay. Once the green color is completed, now what I'm asking to select, wait it to load. It will take 1 minute or less than 1 minute to load all these archetypes, to show all the archetypes. Go and select the one which I have mentioned. What is that I have mentioned? Quick start, right? Search for the quick start. Where is the quick start? Or you can even type. You can look at my document. You can look at the document and try to type org.apache. Just go here and try to type. I'm just trying to type org.apache. Just it will filter. Just select. Where is it? org.apache.maven. You see, you have the first one, quick start. Okay. Try to select this. Click on next. Once you click on next, it will ask you to give your group ID and artifact ID. You can give anything. Okay. I will just give as Maven 11 a.m. match. Okay. Give same thing. You want to give separate name, you can give it. You want to give the same name, you can give it. It doesn't matter. Click on next. Sorry, finish. See again the green color in the bottom, 10%. So what Maven will try to do is Maven try to load the repository that we will discuss. Okay. Is it clear how to create a Maven project? Nothing, just create new, click on new, select Maven type as quick start 1.4 or 1.2. It doesn't matter which version you're having. Just click on it. Once you click on it, you guys can see where it is created. This one. Whenever you create a Maven project, the folder structure looks like this. If it is a normal project, the folder structure is different. So you have only one SRC. But when it comes to Maven, it is having different folder structure. So Maven means you will always have this folder structure. If you're seeing this folder structure, you need to understand it is nothing but a Maven project. Every Maven project will have one file called pom.xml file. Every Maven project will have pom.xml file. Most of the time in Maven, we always dependent on this pom.xml file. Don't worry, for freshers, most of the time, they don't entertain you to update anything in pom.xml also. Pom.xml is very sensitive. If you guys do something wrong in pom.xml, your entire automation script will not work. It will impact to every tester. If some tester is doing by mistake something wrong, it will impact to the entire team member. So don't try to play around with the pom.xml. You need to be very careful when you guys are using with the pom.xml file. Now this is how you guys have created. Now let's try to understand what is Maven, how Maven is going to work. Now, what is a Maven? Maven is nothing but a build management tool. Maven is nothing but powerful project management tool that is based on POM. POM means project object model. You also have one more POM, page object model. That is different. This is different. Both are known as POM only. This is pom.xml file, which I'm saying page object model, which is coming under automation frameworks. Every project will have automation. Every automation will have some framework. Every automation will have some framework. Okay. So page object model, which I'm saying is nothing but a framework. This POM means project object model. This is coming from the Maven. It is used for projects to build, add dependencies and documentation. Most of the time, we always deal with the dependency. Most of the time, we always deal with the dependencies. Now, what I said, I showed you a lot of jar files, right? I showed you download it, save it, then map it to project, build path, configure build path. So you don't need to do all those things. So what Maven is trying to help you guys is, Maven is very simple and it allows you to download any software without downloading it. I repeat, you don't need to download anything if you're using the Maven. Example, I said I need to download WebDriver, Selenium WebDriver. Then I need to configure that WebDriver with the Eclipse. I don't need to download anything. What I have in Maven, Maven has something called dependency. Dependency means which one I wanted to download. Example, I wanted to download Selenium. I wanted to download Selenium. Simple way of doing is what? Not simple way. Traditional way of doing is what? Provisional way of doing the traditional way of doing what? You just have to go to Google. Okay, just go to Google. Just say that download Selenium WebDriver. I have to follow this process. Why I am showing it? Because you can understand how much easier using the Maven. So just always remember selenium.dev is the official site for all Selenium. Whatever you wanted to take it up, all these things are available under this Selenium. Selenium.dev. Remember this website. Selenium.dev is a website where you guys can have all the softwares related to Selenium can be downloaded. Now Selenium is also having grid, right? We said Selenium grid. So if you wanted to download, you can go for downloading the Selenium grid. Now Selenium supports all the browsers, correct? Selenium supports almost all the browsers that are available in the market. Example, I wanted to download Internet Explorer driver. Always remember which browser I'm going to use. I have to download that exe file. Yesterday, I think in the previous class, I said to you that you have to download Chrome driver.exe, right? You have to download it. It's a zip file. You need to unzip it and keep it in your local machine. And one example also we discussed, right? Driver.open. We opened the browser and we typed google.com. Which browser it opened? Chrome browser, right? So why I am opening Chrome browser? Because I'm using Chrome driver.exe file. Similar way you wanted to download related to Internet Explorer. You want to run your program in Internet Explorer, then you have to download this 32-bit or 64-bit. Okay. And then I said Selenium supports multiple programming languages. Selenium supports multiple programming language. So which language you wanted to use, you need to download that particular, which language you wanted to use, you need to download that software. Example, if you want to use C#, you need to download C#. You wanted to use Ruby. Selenium supports all these programming languages, right? So you wanted to use Ruby, you can use the Ruby. And Selenium supports Java. You wanted to use Java, you have to download this Java. All based on which language you are using, that software you have to download. We don't need to do this because we are going with the Maven. If you're using Maven, you don't need to go through this process. Okay. Then ID you wanted to download, you can download ID from here. I think now they have given ID for Edge also. Earlier they have given ID only for Firefox. Now they have given for Chrome and Edge also. Now Maven information not needed. See, you have browsers here. Which browser you wanted to use? That particular thing you need to download. I said to download the Chrome. Just go for this documentation. And here you have the beta version and stable version, whichever you wanted to download. Always remember, make sure you disable auto upgradation of your browser. Browser will automatically update itself. I think you know, right? Auto update. Browser will automatically update. So don't enable it, try to disable it. Why? Let's say Selenium 1.0 version I'm using. Example, Selenium is a different company. Google is different company. Selenium has their own releases of the product called WebDriver. And Google has their own browser. They will have different releases of the browser. Now, if you're using the Selenium, your browser is the latest version. Let's say that I have 50.0 is the version. I have 50.0 is the latest version which I have. Okay. Now I'm using Selenium 1.0. It will support up to 49.0. Example I'm giving. I have a Chrome browser version 50 in my local machine. I have Selenium version called Selenium 1. This Selenium 1 will not support latest version 50. Now what is happening? Selenium says I can support up to 49 version only. But what your system is having? Your system is having the version of 50. Does it support? It will not support. You will have compatibility issues. These two are different products from different companies. Now Selenium might take some time to develop the latest version to support the version Chrome of 50. Okay. That's why your script will run today. Tomorrow, if you try to run it, it will not able to run. Why it will not able to run? Because compatibility issues. Chrome version is 50. The version Selenium 1 you have doesn't support the version called 50. You will always ending up with lot of compatibility issues. I don't want you to face compatibility issues. So make sure you always disable your auto upgradation of the browser. How to disable it? You guys know how to disable auto upgradation? Just go to Google. Just say disable auto update for Chrome. Stick to one browser. Stick to one browser. Don't play around with Chrome, IE, etc. We'll write one program for Chrome. Sorry, most of the time we'll use Chrome. We'll write one program for Firefox. We'll write one program for IE, Internet Explorer, just to show you. But stick to one browser. Concentrate more on the learning. It doesn't matter which browser you are using. Now just search for how to disable auto browser. You can just say, just follow the steps, whatever steps they have given, just follow the steps from here. Okay. Now coming back to downloads, I said you need to download the Chrome version, whatever you wanted to use. Just go to download. See, it is clearly giving, if you're using Chrome version 104, download this version. They're very detailed enough. You guys understanding? Now, how do I know which version of the browser I have? How do you guys know which browser you have? Just go to help, click on help, about Google Chrome. It will show you the version which I have. I have 100.0. First check this version what you have. Okay. After checking this version, just go to here, click on help, click on about Google Chrome. Okay. Based on the version you are having in your machine, you need to download the specific one, which version you have. Because for me, I have something called 100, then go for using the 100, whatever you guys are having. Okay. So similarly, you have to download each and every browser.exe, whichever you're using, you need to download. If you're using Chrome, I have to download Chrome driver.exe file, which I showed you how to go to there, right? Now, when I'm coming to the Maven, what is Maven basically? Maven is a build management tool, right? Now, whatever software I showed you to download it, configure it, build a path, do the changes in your Eclipse project, instead of doing all these things, which one you wanted to use? Example, I wanted to use the Selenium. Now, what I will do, I'll go to Google. I would just say Selenium Maven dependency. Just type whichever you wanted. Always use Maven dependency board. Always use Maven dependency. Which one I wanted to use? Selenium. Just type Selenium Maven dependency. Go to this mavenrepository.com. Mavenrepository.com is the official site. Whatever softwares you wanted to get it, just go to here, click on here, and see this is for Selenium with Java. Now it is having these many versions. It is having these many versions, version 1, 4.3, 2, 1. etc. 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 So whichever you wanted to use. Example, I wanted to use this one. What it is saying, repository central. We will discuss what is central, what is local, what is remote. We will discuss. Now click on this 4.3.0. It will open this dependency. You just see, this is the dependency. What? Just copy it. That's all. You don't, now I don't need to download IDE. I don't need to do anything. Why I don't need to do anything? Because I'm adding the dependencies. Go to pom.xml file where I created a project. This is the Maven project which I created. Open this pom.xml file. Open this pom.xml file. You don't have to worry what and all these things and all. You don't have to worry. Every pom.xml has a tag called dependencies. You have a tag called dependencies. Under dependencies, you have dependency. Under dependencies, you have dependency tag. Under dependency tag, they already added JUnit. Now, which one I wanted to use? I wanted to use Selenium. Now let's try to let me show you before updating the dependencies. Let me always try to write a programs under src test Java. Okay. Now I'll create one package. Sorry. Create one package. Create one package, click on finish. Now under this package, I wanted to create one class. First example. Click on finish. Once you do this, right? Previously, we have written one program, right? Opening the browser and closing the browser. We have written one program. I'll copy paste the same code here. Which one we created yesterday? Yeah. Now we'll put this entire code because we already discussed just copying and pasting it. Is it having any errors here? There are no errors. It will successfully run. There are no errors here. It's yellow color means warning. Don't worry. Okay. Now I go here. I'll paste it. Is it throwing errors? It is throwing the errors. Why? Software is not installed. WebDriver is not installed and not configured to this project. The program which I copied here, right? Program which I copied here is purely related to Maven project where I already added the dependencies. Now, when it comes to here, now you don't know what is Chrome driver. Put the cursor. You are not getting even import option also. Why you are not getting even import? Because WebDriver is not installed, because WebDriver itself is not installed. I said whenever you're using the Maven, you don't need to install anything. What I need to do, I need to add the dependency. What dependency I wanted to add? Selenium. So how do I get the dependency? Just go to mavenrepository.com. Just type Selenium Maven dependencies. You copy this one, whatever you got here, just copy it. Go to your pom.xml file. Go to your pom.xml file. Where is your pom.xml file? Yeah, this one. Always this pom.xml will be inside your project. Okay, don't think inside any of the package or in any of the folder. It will be directly available inside the project itself. Now I said pom.xml has one tag called dependencies. Pom.xml is having one dependency called dependencies. Under dependencies, I have to go and add. Where do I need to add? Wherever you wanted to add it, but it should be under dependencies only. Now paste it. Once I paste, see build is going on in the bottom. You see the green color. Let me save it. See 73%. It means now the software is installed. Now you go back here, put the cursor. Why it's still not coming? Oh, sorry. Okay. I have to go to pom.xml, copy this Selenium dependency, and then go here under dependencies, paste it. Once you paste it, immediately click on control. Yes, why it is giving some error dependencies. Sometimes Maven has problems. See, there is nothing wrong here. I don't know why it is giving an error. Project builder, non-parsable POM. Let's do control Z. Let me close, undo it. So sometimes, it's crazy. Though there is nothing is, oh, okay, okay. Where is the dependence? Oh, okay, okay, okay. See, every opening should have a closing. Every opening should have a closing. You have a dependencies. Slash dependencies means you are closing the dependencies tag. Under dependencies, I already copied. I will just paste it. Just observe in the same place in the bottom. Once you paste it, click on Control S. You will see the green color, 73%. You have to wait it to become 100%. Whenever you're using a Maven for the first time, you should have an internet connection. You should have a internet connection. Wait for it to complete 100%. It different depending upon your internet speed. If your internet is good, it will be done in very fast. If it is slow, it will take some time to get everything. Now, once it reaches to 100%, then go to your project, whatever error it was giving. Now, still it's building. It should complete. This one should complete to 100%. 5%. Yeah. I'll put this Maven document. Don't worry. Why it's very slow today? Okay, let me put this Maven document meanwhile. Looks like net is bit slow here today. Yeah, still doing. Now I'll put this Maven document. Okay, it's taking more time. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Is it done? Yeah, thing done. Now go to your program. Put your cursor. See it automatically removed. Have I did anything here? Did I do anything in the coding? Nothing. What I did, I just added one dependency. Which dependency? Selenium with the Maven. That's all. No error is not there. If you're not doing this, you need to do, you need to download all traditional way. Just go to the Maven, go to pom.xml file. Under pom.xml file, make sure you need to add it only under dependencies. There are other tags also. Build is one tag. Plug management is another tag. There are so many tags available here. You don't have to think, you don't have to touch anything. Just go and change only, add only dependency, whichever you wanted to add, just add the dependency, add it under dependencies. Make sure dependencies, you need to add the dependency. Okay. Now I showed you practically what Maven is doing. Now if you read this concept, you can understand it easily, right? So we also had, it simplifies the build process like Ant. Ant is also one of the tool which is available in the market. Earlier, most of the time we were using only Ant. Earlier, most of the time we were using Ant. But now once the Maven is introduced to the market, max of the people started using the Maven because Maven is having more features compared to Ant. Maven is having more features compared to Ant. Okay. But it is much advanced than the Ant. That's what I'm saying. It is having more features compared to Ant. In short terms, we can tell Maven is a tool that can be used for building and managing any Java based project. Okay. Now, what Maven does, basically, let's try to understand what Maven does. Maven does a lot of helpful tasks. Like what we did here. Did we download any software? Did we install any software? Did we configure anything to my project? Nothing. As simple as go to Google, search what you wanted to search, go to website called mavenrepository.com, copy the Maven dependency, put Maven dependency under dependencies tag. So we can easily build a project using the Maven. We can add jars and other dependencies of the project using with the help of Maven. You don't have to worry about all these things. What we only add the dependencies. Only add the dependencies. Whenever you add a dependency on the pom.xml, right? In the pom.xml, click Control S. Control S is for save. Control S means save. Once you add a dependency, click on save. It will automatically get your software ready. How do I know whether software is added or not? Just see the green color that I was showing. Once it reaches to 100%, once it reaches to 100%, it means you're successfully added. Okay. Now, we always have these all are information related to Maven. So how Maven is going to work? How Maven is going to work? Can we install Maven in EC2? Yeah, Maven you don't need to install. Whenever you download the Eclipse, right? Whenever you download the Eclipse, you will automatically get the Maven. You don't have anything separately to download related to Maven. Just install, you already have Eclipse, right? Just have a Eclipse. Just create your create your Maven project. Don't create Java project, create Maven project. What Maven project it will do? It will have the pom.xml file. Whenever you create a Maven project, you will always have pom.xml file. In the pom.xml, you will have dependencies tag. Under dependencies, add the dependencies whichever you wanted to add. Now, how basically Maven works? Maven works, you guys needs to understand this concept. Now, what I have pom.xml file. Whenever I create a Maven project, this is called Maven project. I created Maven project. Once I create a Maven project, what it is going to create? It is going to create pom.xml file. It will automatically create one file called pom.xml. A pom.xml contains what? Dependencies tag, then plugins, lifecycle, build profiles. You don't have to worry all these things. Just concentrate on the dependencies. Now, what it's going to do, it reads your pom.xml file. Step by step, we have written here. We are trying to read the pom.xml file, downloads dependencies defined in pom.xml into local repository from central or remote repositories. So whenever I showed you, I think I closed it, right? So what these guys are saying here, repository. Do you guys see the repository? These guys are having three repositories. One is local, one is remote, one is central, right? So what Maven is doing, whenever any company develops some software, whenever a company develops some software, this Maven is coming from Apache. We call it as a Apache Maven. So whenever a company develops some software, what Maven is going to do, Maven is going to get the dependencies of the particular software. So it will have some softwares where it is going to store. It is going to store in the Maven repository. Now, once it reads, downloads the dependencies defined in pom.xml, what I did now, I went to Google, I went to mavenrepository.com, I copied whatever dependency is needed. I copied Maven dependency and then I pasted it in the dependencies. So what it will do, it will bring it into local repository. Local repository means my laptop or your laptop, in which it will make it available. Okay. Executes lifecycle and phases. Now pom.xml, this is what I already showed you. Pom.xml, I'm just putting it for some example. Now this Maven project will have these things. Project name, we already given the project name, right? Maven model version. Now model version means what version of POM model, what version of POM model you are using. Use version 4.0.0 for Maven 2 and Maven 3. You don't have to worry about it. Once it downloads, once you create a Maven project, it creates Maven pom.xml file. This pom.xml file will automatically take the version. You don't have to worry. It will automatically taken care. It will take the version. So what it will have the group ID. Group ID means the ID for the project group. It's a unique, and most often you will use a group ID which is similar to root Java project. In simple term to say, this would be my project name. Group ID is nothing but my project name. Artifact ID is used to give name of the project. Sorry, artifact ID is the project name, not the group ID. So it is nothing but name of the project you are building. In our example, our name is whatever example I created. What is my project name I created? Maven 11 AM batch. So you have a project, whichever the project name you have, you guys have to give the project name. Artifact ID is nothing but your project ID. Version element contains the version number of the project. If your project has been released in different version, then it is useful to give the version of your project. If you are getting it, it's okay. If you are not getting also, it is okay, because for freshers, pom.xml, they will not give any chance to touch it. most of the time. Until unless you work in automation for 6 months to 1 year, once your test lead feels confident, then only you can go for using the pom.xml file. Why? If you're doing anything wrong to the pom.xml, all testers will be impacted. All testers will be impacted. At this moment, just try to remember only dependencies. Dependencies element is used to define a list of dependency of a project. Now, example of which one I added now? Selenium Maven dependency, right? So you just only need to understand which one you have to add it. Just add that particular dependencies. Under dependencies, you will have a dependency you have to add. Which one I added now? Selenium Maven dependency I added. So you'll have a name, etc. Now let's understand Maven repository. So Maven repositories are directories of a packaged jar file with some metadata. Let's forget about it. Now try to understand. There are three types of Maven repositories. One is local, one is central, one is remote. So whenever you're trying to download, it will tell you in which repository the software is available. They always maintain one repository in which they are going to put all the softwares. Whatever softwares are needed, they are going to put all those softwares in a repository. Okay, you will have a local repository, central repository, and remote repository. Local repository is nothing but your PC, my computer. My computer is nothing but local repository. Now you will also have a remote repository. If the depend now this time dependency I already added now. What dependency I added? Selenium Maven dependency added. First time when you add it, it will go to remote repository. First it will try to go to remote repository. Then if it is available in remote repository, it will get that from your remote repository and put it into your local machine. This is called local repository. Second time I don't need to do it. It is already downloaded and made it available in your local repository. Right now it is there in my local machine. Now, if it is not there, it will go to remote repository. If it is not available in remote repository, it will go to central repository. Now you guys can see repository showing as central. That's what I said. Whenever you're using Maven for the first time, you should have an internet connection. Without internet connection, you cannot use the Maven. After that, anything you wanted to do with the Selenium, you should have internet. If you don't have internet, you cannot run. Any program I write, I should open the browser. Anything I wanted to do, first I should open the browser. So you should always have internet connection. If you wanted to use Selenium practice, make sure you should have internet connection. Okay. So what it is going to do, a local repository is a directory on the machine of developer. Don't think developer or tester. This repository contains all the dependencies Maven downloads, right? Maven only need to download the dependencies only once. You don't need to download it every time. You just download it only for once. Even if multiple projects depends on them, you don't need to download. Just download only once. Once you add a dependency means you are downloading. Adding a dependency means you are downloading. When you add a dependency, first what it will do, it will check whether it is available in local machine or not. If it is not available in local machine, it will go to remote. If it is not available in the remote, it will go to central repository. Now, by default, Maven local repository is user underscore home M2. What Maven is going to do, Maven is going to create one folder. Like you will all, every system will have this folder, C:, users, whatever the login ID you have, that will be your login name, and it is going to create .m2. Now, if you go to this local path, go to C drive, under C drive, I'm asking to go to users. You have users, under users, then go to admin. There is that. You see, M2 is created here. That's what I meant to say. Local repository. What Maven is going to do, it will download everything. It will create one folder called M2. Under M2, Under M2, you guys can see the repository. You can see all these all are downloaded. Just adding one dependency, it downloaded all these jar files and stored in a folder called M2. Whenever you create a Maven project, whenever you add any dependency to the pom.xml, what it is going to do, it is automatically going to create one folder with the name called M2. And all of your softwares, once you add it, would be available under this particular folder. And one more thing you need to also understand is, download chrome.exe also. Now, whenever you create a Maven project, once you add some dependency, there is one folder called Maven dependencies. You guys see here, there is a folder called Maven dependencies. What dependency I added? Selenium, right? So just see, all these jar files are automatically added. What Maven is doing, it is going to download all these jar files, and under folder called Maven dependencies, it is going to add all these things. Now, example, what I added dependency, this one, right? Now I'll remove the dependency. I'll remove the dependency. You can see the Selenium here, right? Selenium, Java, all these are jar files are added. Now what I will do, I'll try to delete it. Immediately, whenever you add something or modify something, delete something, always make sure you use Control. Yes, you have to use Control S, then only it is going to update. Now you see it will remove some folders here. Press Control S. You see the green color will come. See, it will remove some jar files from here. Whenever you add, see how many it is removed. How many files it removed. Once you add it, it will add it. Once you delete in pom.xml, it is also going to delete all your dependencies. Now Control Z. Now I'll press Control S. Again, I added dependency now. Again, I added dependency. What I'm trying to say, Control S. You guys can see the dependencies folder. It will automatically. Is it updating? So Maven making your job simplified. Maven making your job very simplified. You don't need to download these many jar files. If I'm not using the Maven, what I should do, I should go to website, download, save all of them in my local machine. Like where is software? D:, right? See, Selenium, I created one folder called Selenium. All these jar files, whatever I have here, all these are automatically added to the Maven project. If you are not using Maven, what you guys have to do? You have to download all these files, unzip it, save it in your local machine, then go to your Eclipse and configure them. All these things are reduced by using the Maven dependency. Okay. So you need not to know much about it. Only pom.xml we will be using it. We already talked about central repository and local repository. Just follow these steps to create one Maven project. Okay, I already given adding dependency. I also given some dependency. Just copy it from here. You can copy it from here also, right? And then create artifact ID, etc. Just follow these steps. Whatever I did now, I just showed you the same thing. Now the next step, I added Maven dependencies. Now, whenever I'm writing a program, right? Let me go here. That's all. Once you added, you are done with the pom.xml. You don't need to keep it open. Just close it. You are done. Now, what is the next step? I said to go ahead and download chromedriver.exe file. So you need to use system.setProperty. You need to save that chromedriver.exe file. By default, it is nothing but a zip file. By default, it is a zip file. You need to unzip it and save it in your local machine. You need to give that particular path. Okay. Then what we discussed, we understood difference between get and navigate to. We also discussed about the close method. Now, I said I wanted to show you how to find a element. Go to Google, Now what I wanted to do in this program, I'm just opening the browser. I'm just opening the browser and closing the browser. I'm not doing anything. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to type some text here. I wanted to type some text. So I always said, what you wanted to do, where you wanted to do. What you wanted to do, type. So there is a predefined method to type that we will discuss today. Now, where I wanted to do, where I wanted to do is the most important thing. Where in this text field, every field will have some properties. I said, right, every field will have some properties. Who will give the properties? Developer is going to give. Just click on inspect. Nothing to. You need to see whether you have any ID or you have anything. You have a name here. Name equal to Q. Are you seeing here? Name equal to Q. So this field is having one property called name. So what is the value of the name they have given? Q. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to type some text here. So whenever I wanted to type something, I have a method called find element. Find element is a predefined method which is coming from Selenium. Find element is whenever you wanted to do some action, whenever you wanted to do some action, what you have to do? You have to find an element. Where you wanted to do is nothing but finding the element. Find element is a predefined method. Find element is a predefined method. So find element by what? By is a predefined class again. I said Selenium all about predefined classes and predefined methods. Find element by dot what property you are having? Name, right? Driver dot find element. Find element is what? Predefined method. Method means how do you call method? Object name. What is my object name? Driver dot find element by dot name. So what is the value of the name? Q. You have to give it in the double quotes. Find element is a method which is used to find a element. Now you have dot what I want. I found the element now. How did I find? By using the name. How did I find? By using the name. Now I wanted to send some text. Send keys is also predefined method. Send keys is also predefined method. Send keys. Whatever data you wanted to type, you can type it. So this is line which is used for finding a element. Now go back to your program. Driver dot. Whenever you say driver dot, driver is what? Object. Object for which class? Chrome driver. Driver dot find element. Find element by dot. Just type in, it will automatically get. By dot, what is the name value? Q. Dot send keys. It auto populates. You don't need to type. It will auto populate. What do you wanted to type? Some message. Test. Is it clear? Send. There are two methods I'm using here. Find element is one method. Send keys is another method. Find element is used to find a element. Find element is used to find a particular element. Send keys is used for sending the text. Send key is nothing but typing the text. Typing the text in your text field, right? So dot send key is of test. Now what it will, what I'm saying, go to google.com, find an element in that element which name equal to Q. So it can understand where the name is all about. How it will understand? By using the property. What is the property? Name. What is the value of the name? Q. So I'm saying go to a particular field. Go to particular field. Which field value equal to Q. Go to the field. Which field value equal to Q. Then type the text. For typing the text, what method I have? Send keys. What you wanted to type is this one. Just try to run it. it will go and try to type something in the text field. Is it typed? Typed? Then we are using close, so we are not able to see. Just comment it. It is closing the browser, so we are not able to see whether it is typed or not. Just try to run it again. Since I'm not closing now, it will open the browser. You can monitor. Typed, right? Because I closed, I was not able to see it, whether it is typing or not. No, it is typing. Okay, you understood? This is how you have to do. Now you have one more method, make an interview ask question. Did I tell you quit? Make interview ask question. Difference between close and quit. Close method is used. Close method is used to close the browser. If multiple browsers are opened, if multiple browsers are opened by WebDriver, if multiple browsers are opened by WebDriver, it will close only one browser. 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 Whereas quit method is used to close all browsers